Hello, welcome to the long-awaited Barracks Tour of me. We're doing Barracks Tour today, brought to you by my face, because I'm actually on camera for this video rather than just doing, like, you know, a voiceover, essentially. I've been doing a lot of Fae talks lately, and I hope that you guys like those. I don't actually know. Anytime I try something new, it's always very scary, obviously. But I'm trying to bring a video once a day for the month of November. So we're gonna have to compromise somewhere, right? So anyway, we're gonna be doing a barracks tour in today's video. It's something that a lot of people have been asking for a little while, and it was supposed to be the 7K reward for when we hit a subscriber benchmark on the channel. But I was just like, you know what? We're not gonna hit that anyway, so I'll just do it. I'll just do the video. But if you want to subscribe, you want to help us get to that benchmark, you can do that. If not, I guess you just get rewards for free this time. Either way, Barracks Tour. So I don't really know how to do a Barracks Tour. Let me just start off by saying that. So we're just going to go through my barracks and we'll talk about some stuff, I guess. We'll go through like some game mode teams that I have and things like that. There's probably some stuff in here that you guys haven't seen yet. Now, I really don't have this scripted, so hopefully I don't go on tangents like I'm prone to do. I want to preface by saying I don't take Arena and AR all that seriously. It's something that I want to do, but I don't, for whatever reason. It is on my to-do list, I guess you could call it, to actually try that stuff more and take it more seriously. Because again, if you're not doing it, then you're missing out on rewards. And I am already over that tier 21. You can see I'm in tier 23 for Ether raids right now for this recording, which is on a Sunday, so it will be different in just a day or two when it resets. But I mean, I don't know. So this is my first defense team. I'm assuming this is the Anima team. There's a lot of Anima units here. Again, I don't really have anybody built specifically for this outside of someone like maybe Kronia. And I do have someone for my other defense team. I think I built a Versa, I think. But I thought I'd be clever because, you know, this is helpful, I guess, for Ike. I don't know if this is actually doing well. I guess I could find out. Let's find out. How is this doing? How we doing? Oh, wow. Okay, honestly, I didn't expect that. I genuinely didn't expect that. Failure. Okay. Alright, so, like, we're 50-50. We've got 3 wins, 3 losses. No, 4 losses, right? Yeah, 3 wins, 4 losses. Hey, look, I'll take that, you know? That's not bad. I genuinely thought I wouldn't have any successful defenses. That's kind of cool. So yeah, this is just one team that I have. You can, like, see their skill sets up here. Kronia is really the only one that I built. I did invest in like some Grail units. I think Fiora is just here because maybe, and I think this is my Forma. Yeah, this is my Forma that we did. So here, we'll put that up there. I got a really decent Forma of her, and I just thought, hey, you know what? She might be really nice to have because obviously Petal Parasol pairs really well with Sudden Panic. And I had a threat and attack defense, and I was like, hey, let's just put Swift Sparrow 3 on her and call it good. So that's kind of where she is. Again, I don't know if back in the day my intention was to put her in AR, but she's here. I also have no rhyme or reason as to how my maps are laid out, so that's a thing. And then this is the Shadow season, obviously, because Yoon is here, as is Hell, which I guess she's here for a reason. Brandon is also here. I guess I put him here, as did I put Anna. So that's the thing. Alright, I don't have Spurn on her, so clearly I've not updated this for several months. I want to say for several months I've not updated this. This is my Aversa, again, another Grail unit that I built up. Just something that I threw together. I don't know that it's actually good. It's probably outdated at this point. We've got Sothis here because he's also a Shadow unit. Yeah, this is probably bad. I feel like this is probably a worse defense team than the other one. And I don't know if it's just the units or the fact that everything is laid out the way that it is. I don't know. We'll do a stream or something to fix this nonsense at some point. It's definitely on my to-do list. I don't have any other setups. That is it. That is literally the most effort I put into it, and honestly, it wasn't even that much effort. Because I don't think I really had anybody before. What I basically did before was I would take I would take my arena defense team and just add something to it, and it really wasn't laid out for Aether Raids because obviously with facilities and whatnot within Aether Raids, you want to build something specifically for it. Now my arena defense team usually does pretty well. I don't know that it scores very high. Again, I'm tier 19 here, so I usually bounce between like 19 and 21. It's usually a full climb and then a full descent, and then it just repeats itself throughout the month. But you know, it's not the worst. We're gaining. We're gaining handsomely this time, so that's fun. We'll get some good stuff from that. But my arena defense team is this. So we've got Apotheosis Anna, who is here. She's probably my best unit overall. Like when I have a go-to unit that I need, it's usually gonna be Apotheosis Anna, and that's just because I feel like Lance Infantry is a really good unit to have just in general. But you know, the skill sets that I have with her stat spread, like everything is stupid when it comes to Anna, and she's probably the most reliable unit that I have, if nothing else. So yeah, really, really good. Big fan of her. Brave Ike. This is a legacy unit for sure. He's been around a while. Again, pretty classic build. Nothing that's out of insanity here, but it's tried and true and it works. So I threw them together. And then Legendary Marth, he actually is a newer addition. I think I used to have Sothis in this slot, but no more. Now we have Marth, who honestly doesn't really have any recovery. Who I think is the only unit on this team that doesn't have recovery, but maybe he doesn't really need it because he's just here to kill everything and all the time. So Marth is here. I put him on just because I was like, hey, you know what? And honestly, I went with a full color spread. If you couldn't tell, that was literally all the thought I put behind it. I was like, we gotta have blue, green, red, and colorless, which of course means either a dagger or a staff, or until recently, we had the colorless tomes added, and this is Micaiah, of course. I've never been happy with her set. I don't know if I'll ever rebuild it. She came kind of like out the box good, right? But I hate not having a unit that I obviously invest so many copies and stuff in, and then I don't tweak it somehow. Like it bothers me for some reason. So I did do that a little bit. We've got Deathblow, but there's other sets that we can run on her. Usually, I gave her Heavy Blade 4 because why the heck not? She does have that attack rose push, Mystic Boost. Maybe we'll give her like a rain skill at some point. I don't know. We'll have to see. But she's here, and they're all kind of like paired up together. We've got Ike, and then Marth and Anna are paired as well. That has no meaning on anything. I just, that's just how it goes. But that's usually my arena core outside of Micaiah, which maybe I should be using Micaiah more. This is usually my arena core. And then, of course, we have the bonus unit. Shamir's here. I really haven't done anything with Shamir other than give her a plus merge. And that was good enough for me because she honestly just kind of destroys stuff on her own regardless. It genuinely doesn't matter much. But that obviously always changes week to week. So with that, we'll kind of like get into my barracks, I guess. Yeah, that's why we're here. I have a couple different teams like built, I guess, and we just obviously got beyond that, so we've got 5 extra into the 20s. These are some that I'm just kind of like messing. Oh, actually, Cordelia's built. She's not there anymore. She's not a part of it anymore, and I don't think I need to build Leaf anymore either. Interesting. All right, I've not updated this in a while, obviously. You know, Chain Squads, Tempest Trials, Bonds, the emblem teams to complete those 10 stratum stuff rewards. This is our winner for Promote My 4-star, which I had a plus attack lava shell and pretty much nothing else, so that's what we're going to go with. I obviously haven't done anything with her yet because I'm still taking build suggestions from you, which you can submit probably in the description of this video if you're inclined to do so. And there's a form where you can upload an image of a lava shell that you think I should build. So there's that. So I have it sorted initially by first obtained. So you can see my barracks had very humble beginnings, to be honest. Like, you know, Anna's obviously, Shauna. I never re-rolled. That's something I don't think I've ever shared. I never re-rolled. I just went with what I had. I didn't want to re-roll. It wasn't something that interested me. I just kind of wanted to get in and play. So we had Kagro. Kagro wasn't actually my first 5-star. Nor was Selif, nor was Effie. I ended up promoting them at some point. I wish I could tell you when that was. I don't know. But evidently I promoted the first, 4-star copies that I had of them at somewhere down the road. Julia, I think, was my first 5-star exclusive, if I'm remembering correctly. And I had no idea who she really was at that point. Years ago, I wasn't as familiar with the non-localized games, which obviously changed once Faye got involved and Cypher got involved. Rest in peace, Cypher. And I started getting more like into that aspect of Fire Emblem, not just like the main series localized games. And so we had Julia here. She is plus speed. There are some questionable promotions that I have in these barracks back before they had the indicator of asset and flaw. So I may have had a better Julia at one point, and I just miscalced it or something when you had to like go and manually check them on the IV calculators. I don't know. We've got Lucius. I'm pretty sure he was actually a 5-star that I got at one point. Carol is here. Lucina is actually my first seasonal unit that I ever got, which is actually why I have a little image, or it's a watercolor actually is what it is that I got of her. So she's up there. In case you were wondering the story behind that, that's what that is. What else? Man, there's some. I mean, Hector, obviously that's a 5-star. Melina, not really sure if I promoted her, if I got her as a 5-star. Same with Titania. I don't know. There were questionable decisions in the early days, let me tell you. She's not here, or he's not here, but my first 5-star seasonal was actually Spring Crom, which evidently I got a better IV of at some point and maxed him out that way. But I just kept getting him no matter what, because I think year 2, I was just like, you know what? I'd like to get a Camilla just to like have the barracks completed for that set. Little did I know, I still had not gotten a Summer Leo. So I still don't have everybody from Gen 1 yet. And honestly, I don't know if I ever will, because pulling for a Summer Leo doesn't sound like fun to me. But I did get him first. Cordelia was actually my second seasonal unit that I ever got. And as you can see, she's been plus speed for a very long time. Because that was, I think, either the first or second copy that I ever got of her was plus speed, which tends to hold up pretty well for the most part. I genuinely think that I'd like to rebuild her, but she still kind of holds up okay. The C slot attack tactic, that's kind of butt, right? But we don't, I don't know. She deserves better than that, obviously. Which there's the base Cordelia, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. That was probably my most heavily invested in unit, skills-wise, I think. Charlotte is probably my worst unit. How much HM does she have? She has 204 hero merit. She's been around for a very long time. The IVs are obviously not ideal for her. I have not given her any kind of skill set worth noting. I think she's probably my worst 5-star that I have. And definitely the least invested, least used. But I don't know. Maybe we'll get base Charlotte in the game someday. Who knows? I don't. I'm not sure. And then Marth here? Masked Marth. That's probably one of the more fun builds that I've done that was just like a Grail project. I actually did it for the free-to-play theme for the FEH pageant, the unit pageant that we have in the Discord. That's currently on hiatus until I think December. We're starting that back up again, but this was just a build I threw together. I had the extra 5. I was like, you know what? Let's just do it. Why not do it? What else? I don't know, man. I started merging Black Knights for some reason. Again, a lot of questionable decisions have happened in these barracks. Let's see. Let's go by level, because that's something I'm sure you guys are wondering. How many plus 10s do I have? Right. A fair amount, honestly. If I'm being truthful with you. So we got the Marths. This Marth in particular is probably one that I want to rebuild, because I really didn't give him anything other than like brazen attack events, which is honestly not super great. But he is getting a Resplendent soon, and I will probably end up doing that because he is plus 10. He's my dude. He was not the first plus 10 that I ever did. That goes to Tiki here. Tiki was the first plus 10 I ever did, who honestly needs a rebuild also. Hoping she gets a Resplendent at some point to kind of encourage me to do that, but she definitely does deserve it regardless. Yeah, we have pretty much all the Marths here at plus 10. Young Marth is actually one of the more reliable units that I have. This Vantage Special Spiral build is like really, really good. If you have a plus 10 Young Marth, or it's something that you're interested in doing, like it's not a terribly expensive build. I'd put it on par with like Brave Ike. It's about as expensive as that, but it's really reliable. It's really, really, really good. Lynn. This one I was just like, you know what? I had gotten so many Lynn copies over the years that I eventually just plus 10'd her on a rerun banner because I needed like one extra copy. And then when she got a Resplendent, I was like, man, I really need to utilize Lynn more. So I gave her this build, which obviously was Spurn. Repel isn't the optimal skill for that set, I don't think. I think Spurn is probably a little bit better. But we've got, the Panic Smoke mixed with Petal Parasol, which is really good. I don't have Solcati on her because, frankly, that Refine was a little underwhelming for my taste, so it didn't really bother. There's Ike here, who I evidently did not change back from Mercury Sieges, because he's got the Triangle Adept, but I think he's got Heavy Blade is what I normally run on him. Let's change that now, shall we? Let's change that now. I think he has Heavy Blade 4 somewhere in here. Doesn't he? Yes, he does. Alright. Cool. I also gave him Distant Counter, because I wanted to give him Rapier before I realized that it wasn't inheritable. Oops. Again, a lot of mistakes have been made in the last, however many years. But I did end up giving him, what did I give him? What did I think I fed him a Byleth, so he should have Raptured Sky. That's right there. So, not a total waste, I guess. Still got a really good special on it, obviously, but there's that. Elwood, again, really good, plus 10 for relatively easy, 2 plus 10, even as a free-to-play. Pal is really decent. Sothis, this is my first plus 10 mythic, mainly because I just kept getting her. I can't remember what the banner she was on. I think she was on like a December banner, and I was going for somebody else. It might have been like a Festival Micaiah or something like that. I just kept getting Sothis no matter what. It's like, man, this is ridiculous. So eventually, I think I accidentally kind of plus 10'd her. Same with like Legendary Tiki, who is down here just kind of hiding. She is just one that stalked me too many times over the months, and she eventually became a thing. New Year Anna, probably my most expensive. We have a lot of spring Edens, because I just couldn't get 2 copies of her on that double special rerun. So that was kind of a bummer, for sure. Micaiah, we'll talk about Micaiah Emblem in just a second because I have a full thing of her set up. We went all out for Summer Violet because Rhea was there. The Cordelias. So this is a Cordelia that is basically a lot like Brave Ellawood for the most part. I haven't really given her anything too unique. I'm hoping that we get like some good horse skills at some point. Kind of like how Flyers have gotten things like Dive Bomb and was it Guard Impact or whatever that Summer Ingrid B skill is. I'm hoping they kind of get their own spread of that soonish. But Base Cordelia, this is one of my favorite units that I have. This is probably one of my favorite builds that I have. And on top of that, she, like I said, has the most skills inherited. There's more that I ran out of SP a little while ago, and I haven't really used her since. Probably should put her on my Tempest Trials team so we can get some SP on her, but she does have a fair amount of skills. She's currently at 109 learned, and I think she's got over 120 total, just waiting for that to happen. Yikes. Lind is a favorite of mine. Anything Blue Tome, really, is a favorite of mine. Something that I'm waiting to kind of build, and I would go through them all, but it would take literally forever. Something that I'm waiting to build is a Fallen Ike, who is probably down here somewhere. I think he's at like +1 or 2, maybe. There he is. So he's probably my next incoming project that I've got going on. He is likely to show up on the new revival for Forging Bonds. So there's a good chance we might try and do something there. I have a lot of copies of him for what it's worth. Let's actually find out right now. I feel like I could get him to like +6 right now if I wanted. Oh no, okay, so 1, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so 2 more copies are all we really need. So if that does end up being the Forging Bonds revival that we get, I could probably get him with, you know, the spark, and then hopefully out of 100 and some odd summons or 40 summons we get him. But either way, that's kind of an option there. So he's probably my next +10 that I'm kind of looking at. And again, I've just been kind of lucky. He's been some off-focus breaks for me that I've gotten over a little while. So I guess that just leaves Micaiah Emblem, because this is probably my most go-to team. We did some stuff with this on stream the other day. I really haven't done anything with Brave Micaiah, but I have gotten her to +10, and so I feel obligated to do. Like I said, she comes kind of like Bride Micaiah. She comes out of the box very nice, and you don't really have to do anything to it. But I'd like to, because I don't like just keeping base sets that are not unique and fun, and that bothers me. This Micaiah has dance right now, but she doesn't always have dance, because honestly she doesn't really need it. If you have Festival Micaiah, she can be a dancer, she can not be a dancer. She can pretty much just do whatever, and that's mainly because of her weapon effectiveness, right? I'm a big fan of anything that's like anti-armor, anti-cavalry type stuff, and so my go-to favorite unit, I think, for the most part, not always the most reliable, obviously, because, you know, it requires a certain setup, i.e. don't take any freaking damage. But the nice thing about the Micaiah Emblem is everybody's basically got sacrifice. So if she does take a hit or whatever, Mirror Impact isn't necessarily super affected by that, as is her Refine here. The Refine is new, by the way, so this is... Micaiah has always been a favorite of mine, again, because of her effectiveness. But the fact that she got a Refine and it was basically like a quick repose type deal, but better, it added everything for me. So the build that she's got right now basically guarantees that she gets an Iceberg off every skirmish, interaction, every fight, as long as she doubles. Right, she could one shot and then it wouldn't really do anything. But because of Time's Pulse, she's always going to start at 2 at the turn, you know. That's a 3. But it's a nice build. I haven't really shown this off too much because it is relatively new still. But if you're looking for a Micaiah build that is honestly kind of expensive, you know, you could do this. I fed her a handful of other tome units to get her to where she is now. But she's definitely worth it. Micaiah is one of the better units in the game, honestly. Again, just because of that effectiveness, she's really, really, really solid. So I'm a big fan. She's one of my older units for sure. I don't think I had a plus attack originally, so if I went by order, I don't think she would necessarily show up right in the front. But I did get her initially off of that fabled banner with Soth and Zelgius. So. Definitely, probably my favorite unit that I have so far is Micaiah. That or base Cordelia or Responding Cordelia. It's a toss-up. But I am a big fan of tomes. I do love me a good blue tome unit. it's good times. But yeah, I think that's a Barracks Tour, right? I'm still waiting to build stuff like Libra and who else? Who else is in here? Oh, Nagi. Nagi's actually one that is close to Cordelia. I think Nagi has like 98 skills inherited. Like she's up there. So she's not quite Cordelia level, but pretty darn close. We're building Libra. We're building Tethys. I don't see her. There she is. She's right here. These are kind of like ongoing build projects where they're already merged. They already have what they need. And I'll probably put them in AR at some point when I figure out whatever team that is that I want to build. So, yeah, just some stuff. And you can see the other best blue tone girls are here as well. Lind, May, Ileana. Really happy that Ileana got in the game, to be honest. Like, the Halloween Ileana was fine, but I really like normal Ileana. I don't really like Halloween units in general, and she was armored, and it was weird. Anyway, that is my barracks, I guess. I think I did it right. I don't know. Is there a template? Maybe I'll redo it. Let me know how that was. Let me know in the comments what your best unit is. Like I said, mine is probably Apotheosis Anna. She's definitely the most versatile, I think, in terms of reliability. But like I said, Cordelia's up there too, as is Micaiah. Pretty much blue units, I think. The most reliable things I have. I definitely have the most plus 10 red units, I think. Over... Well, blue's getting up there. No, it's still red. It's still red by a long shot. But either way, those are my barracks. So let me know in the comments what your favorite / best-ish unit in your barracks are. Or anything else, honestly. You can share like your skills. Or maybe I'll come out with a template. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do a template. We'll see. Follow me on Twitter. We'll find out. You'll find out. If I'll pin something in the comments to let you know that template exists, I guess. But that is it for me right now. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe. Come on back for more because we have more videos coming out this month and even further beyond, which is maybe exciting. But until then, I will catch you next time.